Hello, people of the interwebs. It's Hardboiled Greg here, and I'm going to show you what I just hooked up to my new 2022 Honda Pioneer 520, which happens to be this. Ba-bum! A 20-inch light bar. So stay tuned. What I'm working on right now is putting a light bar on my 2022 Honda Pioneer 520. Just picked this thing up a few weeks ago. You'll notice I have the aftermarket Honda front bumper on this thing. I took off the little one that was on there before. And what I found was when I took it out in the hills by my house a week or so after I got it was that these stock headlights are terrible. They don't light up much at all. So when I was riding around in the hills, on the dirt trails, I couldn't see real well and figured I needed a light bar. So what I did is I found this light bar here. This is a 20-inch LED light bar. Picked it up off of Amazon. It's Nilight. I read reviews and everything on the Nilight light bars. They seem to be quite popular for ATVs, UTVs, off-roaders like Jeeps and such. And this particular unit, it was a kit. It came with a 20-inch light bar, and it came with mounting hardware for an ATV or UTV. So these are aluminum. And actually this thing, I'm pretty impressed with the build quality. We'll see how it holds up over time and how it holds up when it gets wet. But it comes, the kit, and I can't remember, it was like $35. It was around the $40 mark, I think, on Amazon, or less than, it was less than that. On Amazon with the 20-inch light bar and a pair of these, and these are aluminum, they're pretty good quality, mount for, like I said, an ATV or UTV. And it comes with multiple sizes of these rubber inserts here, so you can mount it on various sized bars. So you can see it actually came with 3 different sizes of these, I believe. And this is the size I didn't use. I used the biggest one because this isn't a really thick bar on the front of the Honda bumper. But then what I did is I picked up, and if you've done any researching or looking for how to hook up accessory items on your Pioneer 500 or 520 or 700s, 1000s, you'll see people often reference this Honda part right here. And this is an actual Honda official OEM part, believe it or not, even though it looks like something somebody put together in, a grade school class. It is, what it does is, on your Pioneer, underneath the hood here, there's a cable that comes right here, and it has a red end on it. I've actually connected up to it now, but you've got this red piece right there that normally is just capped off. When you look at it underneath your hood, you'll see it just capped off like that. You just pop this cap off, and then this little octopus cable, I call it, just connects right into it. And then what that does is it gives you 4 separate leads that you can connect accessories to. Now this is a Kion lead, meaning the power is presented here when the key to the machine is on. When the key to the machine is off, you get no power here. If you need something where your key to be powered when your key is not on, you'll have to do something different and go back and hook up to the battery or something. But in this case, I wanted it to be when the power is on, when the key is on to my side-by-side, because that's when I want my light to be able to turn on. So I picked up this piece right here. I'll put in the description, the part number for this. It was like $8.50 on Amazon plus several dollars of shipping because it wasn't a Prime, so it was like $11. It was about the same price as what I found on eBay and everywhere else, around $11. And I looked everywhere for any kind of, it didn't come with any kind of documentation, diagram, instructions, or anything on how to use this. I saw on some of the forums, people said, yeah, just look online and find them. I searched for probably an hour today. Even on the Honda website for the actual part number, and found nothing about this thing. Because I wanted to see if all 4 of these leads were identical. So I pulled off some of the blue tape, and they had, what are they called? The barrel connectors. It's the quick connects, so the round type connectors that come on each of these, and they all looked the same. So I figured they're just, you get 4 of the same thing. I chose to connect up to the white one. Now with the Twilight light bar, It comes with a very long cable that basically has 2 leads. It comes with 2 leads, so you can hook 2 light bars if you wanted to. And then it comes down with one of your power leads with a fuse on it, and if you're negative, and it comes with a rocker switch, and then it comes with this whole relay right here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So it was kind of ominous looking when I first pulled it out, but it's actually pretty simple to hook up. That relay that you see is right here. I have, because it comes with this big square piece on top of the relay, well, it is the relay itself, and then it has a metal bracket on it, so I just found a spot on the Pioneer 520 on the frame. Here's the other opposite side. You'll notice right there on the frame, there's just this hole right there. And so I just found about a 1/4 inch bolt, hex-headed bolt, and nut on the back, and I just hooked it up right there, so it would have a nice secure place to be hooked up. On the relay, this bottom piece here, this actually disconnects right there if you want to. But from that relay, what you've got is, if I can separate it from the OEM, this octopus cable here, you've got one long wire that comes off that has there's your switch, your on-off switch. And I'm going to tidy this up in a bit and put that, cut a hole in my dash and put that in my dash. So I've got my on-off switch. And then you've got the connectors, your positive and negative that I've got connected. I cut off the quick connect barrel type connectors and put these quick connect type on here. I'm going to maybe put some heat shrink around that, definitely electrical tape, just tidy up a little bit and help prevent it from having problems if it gets wet, because it will. And then you get the 2 leads. Like I said, you can actually hook 2 lights up to this. So so the cable comes down here, and you've got a shorter lead, and that's the one I actually have hooked up to my light bar. So the light bar itself, off the side of the light bar, comes with about an 8-inch section of cable. So you've got your black and your red, and it comes bare wire out of the box, but they do include, the Nilight kit includes 4 of these quick connectors, so I crimped those down on there. And then the cable that came with the Nilight actually had the same type of quick connectors on them, so I just hooked those up again. I'm going to tidy this up. I didn't want to put electrical tape or shrink wrap or anything on this until I made sure that the light worked before I cleaned everything up inside the side-by-side. So I'm using the 1 lead. The second lead is a longer one here that I'm going to have to roll up and put somewhere, and I've taped it off just so that as it's hanging loose inside the Pioneer here, that it's not touching things and causing sparks and shorting, blowing the fuse on this, because it does come with an inline fuse, which is nice. So it's got the inline fuse on it as well. So anyway, that's kind of it. So from an electrical connection perspective, you've got, you're just tying into this red connector on the Pioneer into this, Honda OEM octopus cable here, and then from there you're tying it into the cable from your Nilight, connecting it directly into there. You're going to have to mount this in your dash or wherever you want that. Hooks it up to your light, and then you have the extra lead there. So for less than $50, I'm into this thing, between the price of the 20-inch light bar and this cable here, and that's it. So it's really not that hard to hook up. I spent maybe an hour to get the light bar hooked up, and most of that time was just kind of deciding where I wanted it. With it being 20 inches, I didn't really want to put it in the front of the bumper so that it's exposed to hitting things. So I mounted it up on the top right here, and I think it turned out nicely. The light bar, like I said, does feel like pretty good quality. It's all aluminum housing, and also you'll notice underneath here, you'll see that it has, the way that it's hooked in is on each side there's 2 bolts and nuts, but these can be loosened up, and this can be rotated to adjust the angle at which you want the light. So we'll show you how it looks real quick. So I'll go around here, flip on the key. All right, we got power on. You'll notice my headlights are already on. These three little lights you see right here, if you're wondering what those are, those don't come stock on the Pioneer. That's part of the aftermarket street legal kit that I had the dealership put on it. So you'll notice it has, it's got the horn in there to make it street legal, and it's got, those are for the turn signals. They're on all the time. Is, I don't know, kind of like a daytime running light, I guess. But anyway, so I've got that on. Now, you notice my light bar is not on. So I'll take my little power switch here. Boom. And look at that. I'm in a tight enclosed garage right here, so you don't see a lot, but it works. Okay, I looked it up. I'm not going to say the whole part number because number one, I can't see it, but this is called the Accessory subharness is what this is. I call it an octopus cable, but it's an accessory subharness. I said I paid about $11 for this. I did look it up. And I'll include a link. I'll include it in the description of my video. This was actually $49.99. The 20-inch light bar with the mounting bracket options. Like you could buy this for about $15, $10, $12 cheaper if you didn't get it with the optional mounts. But I wanted it with the mounts and with the whole cable. So I'm in this actually 50 plus 11. I'm in this about $60. So still not bad at all. Okay, I'm done tidying it all up. Got the relay here, the octopus cable, OEM cable, and some excess cable, and I have it tie wrapped on here. Not too tight, because I don't want to cut into the wires. I have that tie wrapped up there nicely. Got the cable coming out of the light bar here, tucked up nicely against the outside, trying to steer clear of the radiator, of course, that will get hot. And then I've got some of the other excess cable, as well as the other open connector where I could mount another light. Maybe I want to put a light up here somewhere, like a spotlight that I could use or something like that. And then the cable that feeds the on-off switch, I used a 3/4 inch drill bit. It was just perfect. I had to just do a little bit of trimming with a blade just to get it just right. But as you can see here, I now have my switch right there. I can turn on the Pioneer, push the button, and there we go. Perfect. Notice right here, I also have I put a ram mount in here. I've got a ram mount and then the short ram mount arm. And then I'm using the quad lock. I've got a quad lock with a vibration dampener to put my cell phone on with a GPS, Gaia GPS maps for navigation. But that's it. It's nice and clean, tight looking. Perfect. Okay, I'm out here on my street now. Here we are without the light bar on. And with the light bar on. I need to angle it up a little, but man, it makes a huge difference.